And just like that, we are once again back on the Fuji Phantoms. This time, in the upper winner bracket, with the teams like Farmsletje going up versus Team BlastChilled in their first game of the winners bracket. So, we all know what this map is about. It's all about the mayhem. So, let's see what players do we have. For the Team BlastChilled, in the top left corner, we're gonna have Hybrid opting for the Cybran in cyan color. Then we'll have the team captain, BlastChilled, playing UEF in the royal blue. Then we're gonna have the third player, Seraphim Noob, playing Cybran in lavender violet. And last but not least, it is gonna be the Gingerbread Man playing UEF. So, quite a mixed setup with the 2 UEF and 2 Cybran players. Meanwhile, their opponents are gonna be Natron playing Cybran once again in bloody red. Then we'll have the team captain, known sniper, going Aeon. Then their air player, it is gonna be FTX Commando playing Aeon once again, cause that's all he does. And last but not least, the meme commander himself, Mr. Derp, once again playing UEF. The AI forces are gonna be just like the last time. Placed around the wall map in the cardinal corners. So one in the north, one in the south, one in the west, and one in the east. Just like before, they will represent all of the factions available, so we're gonna have Rodan playing Cybran. Then we will have Shun Ilyushi playing Seraphim. Then in the bottom corner, we will have Daroza. Nope, sorry, that's gonna be Lundqvist playing UEF. And last but not least, for the M28 forces, it is gonna be Daroza playing Aeon. Once again, the multipliers are gonna be 1.2 for the economy and 1.1 for the build power for the M28 forces, meaning they are gonna prove to be quite a challenge for our players. And let's see, what do we have? It seems like Farmsletje is gonna go for a very aggressive opening with the scout to go and see if anyone is actually planning to go for a fast and cheeky transport drop or not. After all, there is a lot of mass available here. 10,000 in reclaim and also a bunch of juicy maxes to be taken in here. Okay, Natron with his hunter already gonna go and score a few kills versus the expanding engineers for hybrid. As we can see, 60 mass killed, so a scout and an engineer are gone. Now it seems like another engineer is gonna get eaten alive by this little bad boy. As pew pew pew, as the engineer is starting to go and actually go up in flames, as the HP is dropping lower and lower, and kaboom baby, second victim of the game is here. As it seems like we are getting some very good things. Okay, here comes the bombs being dropped, and oh my goodness, what was that bomb spread? Beautiful, as the hybrid is gonna go and use the Zeus bomber to clean up the mess. At the same time, we're gonna have Seraphim Noob going for a very fast engineering drop. Unfortunately, it is gonna get intercepted by the enemy Shimmer. As Farmsletje was expecting this play, and no, the bomb is not dropped, the bomb wasn't dropped. Okay, will it drop or not? The micro is very, very hard to go and do. And the bomber is gonna get shot down, and as such we will have engineers being dropped by the opposing forces, as Seraphim Noob is gonna be the one actually to land here. Thankfully, FTX Commando comes out with the T1 transport with the single light assault available to go and drop, and yep, he's gonna get forced to drop the transport as the enemy forces were actually about to go and shoot it down. Can they finish the factory? No, the land factory will not get finished on time, as we can see that the flare is gonna go and kill the engineers, and at the same time, the T1 engines from FTX Command are gonna go and reclaim the factory, which was nearly finished producing. As such, it seems like the control over the top plateau is gonna belong to the team Farmsletje. But here comes the bombers from Gingerbread Man, gonna go and shoot down a few of the engineers. Unfortunately, the interceptors from Farmsletje are paying attention. And as such, it seems like the bomber is no more, and the engineers belonging to FTX Commando can now go and secure this position here. Now it seems like both Hybrid and Shun Ulinushi, the M28 player, are gonna go and try to bully the Natron from expanding outwards. But with the ACU and a bunch of Mantis available to him, it seems like this isn't gonna work out. So this will be interesting to see how can it actually play out. Also, I don't agree with Hybrid trying to go and push with a single unit here, as that's gonna be nothing more but a muzzle nation towards the cows of Rodan. Farmsletje also getting raided by mech marines and other units, a bunch of lobos, so he will have hard time securing these land factories here. As it seems like somehow the meme commander himself, Derp, is the only player in the game who is actually going on a stroll here to go and actually try to take control over the hill by, well, walking up it. So we will see if he can actually make it happen or not. But yes, it's gonna be very important to get there with the ACU, as we can see that once again BlastChilled is gonna move a few T1 units to go and kill the enemy engineers, or actually there is not a single engineer available or remaining here on the top part of the map. As we can see, FTX Commando lost all of the engineers to random raids and bombers belonging to the opposing teams, be it BlastChilled or the enemy M28 players. So yes, it's basically an all-out brawl, as you can see. Natron trying to go and make a push versus Hybrid, but at the same time, the M28 is gonna go and respond in force by pushing with his own Tams versus the undefended base of Natron. So this is very, very hard to go and play out. Like you're gonna try to play versus the opposing players, and suddenly you have the M28 forces behind you, trying to go and get rid of your economy. So yes, it's gonna be a very hard game of balance around this part. Like here, we saw Seraphim try to go and play versus FTX Commando, but because he did that, he now have a big army of the M28 in his own base, being forced to start building the T1 point defenses all around the part. So yeah, very, very hard to go and actually do something proactive here with your ACU, because if you push towards the one side, you open yourself for a push from the enemy side. So yep, it's a very hard balancing game. Okay, it seems like they actually managed to go and, well, become the king of the hill. Good job, buddy. Now you can actually look down upon everyone from this high vantage point, and yep, you will enjoy your game from this position here. So let's see what is happening. FTX Commando still not going for any air units, as he is, well, being forced to reinforce this position here with units and PDs, as otherwise he's risking the enemy forces breaking in. At the same time, we have the gun upgrade for Hybrid already finished, as he's gonna go and try to fight versus the units belonging to Natron, who is most likely gonna go and finish his own gun upgrade on time. As we can see, the Mantises and ACU from Hybrid making their way here. First shots being fired, overcharge not available yet, as the gun upgrade for Natron is finished. Overcharge gonna go and kill 5 Mantises with a single shot, and as such Hybrid is gonna be the one with the upper hand for now. As we can see, Natron being forced to go in full buy. Even more so, as there is army from M28 once again making push versus the undefended parts of the base of Natron. So the game is definitely heating up. Derp coming here with Scorcher support to go and push Hybrid back. And oh my goodness, the Rodan M28 is also now dealing damage versus the units belonging to Hybrid. So it seems like, yep, the players are getting pushed by the M28 from two sides at the same time. As there is also TML being built, already 900 must killed on it, as let's see what is it actually aiming for. It's actually killing the T2 mexes belonging to poor Hybrid who doesn't have TMD available. Only now did he start T2 HQ. Okay, 2 HQ is nearly done, but the first unit is gonna be the Rhino. But the problem is... Okay, never mind. It seems like the missile from the TML actually hit the Molten range, so yes. Hybrid is gonna be safe for a while as the Molten is too high for the TML to fly over for now. Okay, BlastChilled have gun upgrade available, and we can see he also is starting to produce a bunch of T2 units as the Pillars and Skyboxers are about to go and join his ACU on the quest for vengeance, as he is about to go and find the ACU belonging to Farmsletje, an ACU without any upgrades, so it seems like BlastChilled is gonna be the one with the upper hand here, but at the same time we have a big push happening here on the top side, where Nathan and Hybrid are exchanging shots, with Hybrid being forced to go and fall back deeper and deeper into his own base, as there's a bunch of angry mantises pulling into his base, dealing damage left and right, as we can see units, PDs and engineers dying left and right as the forces belonging to Hybrid are dwindling. They are dwindling before our very own eyes. At the same time, it seems like Seraphim Noob is exchanging some fire versus the Linquist ACU. An ACU which have the gun upgrade available, meaning that Seraphim Noob have to go and finish his gun or else he will most likely die. And yes, this is actually looking very bad, because if the ACU keeps on pushing forward, it will mean that Seraphim ACU will go and be the one to go and die. There is also a TML missile flying versus the enemy forces. Is it going? Nope, it's just going for the ACU going to Nathan, but it will miss. At the same time, the push from BlastChilled is not slowing down. Double gun upgrade finished for Node Sniper, as now he have the same DPS and range available as BlastChilled. Although he does have some shields asylums available, and a bunch of blazes are also joining the fight here, so it is gonna be very hard to go and say how a beautiful overcharge gonna go and kill one of the enemy pillars, as the fight is still going on. As we can see, the forces from both players exchanging fire one after another, as BlastChilled is going all in deep here, but the problem is he doesn't have nearly enough units available compared to his counterpart. As we can see, Node Sniper have much more build power available on his own T2 factories, as the blazes are being produced much faster compared to the enemy pillars. So yes, this is most likely a 1-for-1 trade in BlastChilled's eyes. Or maybe no, never mind, he has some pillars available behind himself, but they're kinda stuck due to the pathfinding. As BlastChilled gonna go and get overshot to the face, as his ACU is gonna drop down to 8000 HP, Farmsletje on 4000 HP. There is also an Oblivion turret available, and more PDs are being built by farms. There are tanks coming here to go and support BlastChilled ACU. But the problem is, there is also a TML from the M28, flying one after another, killing the PDs belonging to Farmsletje. And BlastChilled is about to go and explode, and he will take his opponent, Farmsletje, with himself, as a 1-for-1 trade have been achieved. As both team captains are dead, but at the same time, let's not forget about Natron, who is still making the push versus the forces belonging to Hybrid. Hybrid only on 1000 HP remaining. He still needs 1000 mass kill to go and grab the veterancy upgrade, but he got unknowingly to the range of the eliminated ACU. 500, kaboom, overcharge gonna get fired, and only 100 HP remaining, and this ACU is gonna go and explode as he is dead and no more. Oh boy, what a game! As every flank is actually a hot action zone right now. There is also TML missile that I can see happening on the bottom part, as the M28 is actually gonna go and launch a missile versus the Seraphim Noob. He is not paying attention. The missile is gonna connect, and kaboom! We have another player go and die here. As the minute 12, we will have the 4th ACU explode. Kaboom! As right now the situation is getting from worse to terrible, as we only have a single player remaining for the topside team, as Gingerbread Man is the only man alive. And this is gonna be very hard to go and well come back from, as we can see the base from Hybrid is gonna get erased by Natron forces, and now we also have a bunch of Spectre gunships going for a snipe on the ACU belonging to Gingerbread Man. Are they aware where is the ACU? No, not yet, but they are still looking for him as the Spectre gunships are beelining for the top side of the map. Will they find him? Okay, they're gonna go. Nope, they're still looking, getting some good value here and there, as you can see the Interceptor trying to go and shut out the Spectre gunships. But no, it's not gonna work out, as the Swifties are gonna kill all of the Inties belonging to Gingerbread Man. As now it is his ACU which will come under fire from the opposing forces as the Spectre gunships are laying down the fire. One after another, Gingerbread Man taking shots from the incoming well. Spectres as his ACU gonna drop down to 3000 HP, 2000, 1500, and counting down as the man is about to explode. Kaboom, baby! As this is it, the game 1 of the winner's bracket goes to the team Farmsletje. GG, Vuper. Oh boy, that was a hectic last 3 minutes of the game. Explosions, ACUs, TML snipes, it has everything. So yep, GG, and let's go for the game number 2.